We took a leap forward on the road to recovery. Some new guidance from the CDC that says anyone who's fully vaccinated can travel freely without tests or quarantines, but you still have to wear a mask. News 4's Erica Byfield at Kennedy Airport to sort through this development. Erica?
Hi, David. Well, these changes are immediate. People who work here at JFK, they were excited about all of this news. They're just waiting for the day that this airport looks like the place we're all used to.
It makes me happy.
Bye.
Airport employee Fola is a people person, so JFK just doesn't feel the same. That excitement that she feels is connected to that CDC announcement that vaccinated people can travel again within the U.S. without getting tested.
For domestic travel, fully vaccinated people do not need to get a COVID-19 test before or after travel and do not need to self-quarantine after travel.
This news comes more than a year after the pandemic crushed air travel. The CDC's updated guidance calls vaccinated people lower risk and advised that they should still wear masks. The agency says that so far 100 million Americans are fully vaccinated, about 30%.
We're going to do it. Hopefully this thing is going to go by us very fast.
As for international travel, the feds say that vaccinated people do not need to get a COVID test before leaving unless the destination requires it. For those coming back, they should still get a negative test before boarding that flight and get tested 3 to 5 days after arriving. Meanwhile, those who aren't vaccinated should avoid unnecessary travel altogether. Mayor Bill de Blasio is on board.
The good news about that is it rewards vaccination, which is what we want to see. We want everyone to realize the power of vaccination.
So before this announcement, we had already heard that air travel was picking up. The prediction now is that it's only going to pick up even more. Reporting live from JFK, Erica Byfield, News 4, New York.
Okay, Erica, thank you. And if you're traveling this holiday weekend, download the free NBC 4 New York app for the Tri-State's most accurate forecast. We'll send you any COVID-related alerts wherever you go as well. A COVID-19 outbreak has forced MLB to postpone this weekend's season opening series between the Mets and the Nationals. The move comes after last night's matchup in D.C. was canceled because of 4 Washington players testing positive for COVID-19. Today, the league decided to put off the entire 3-game series to allow time for more contact tracing and additional testing. But today's a big day when it comes to reopening New York. Arts and entertainment venues back open for the first time since last March. Music venues, even some small Broadway, off-Broadway theaters, I should say. News 4 Chris Glorioso live on the West Side with more on this big boost, hopefully, to the New York arts scene. Chris?
David, I am live on the stage at City Winery. This is a brand new stage that was supposed to open just days before the pandemic struck last year. Now, of course, that opening didn't happen, so tonight is the effective opening, not just here, but at lots of performance venues around New York City. They will all be capped at 33% capacity.
Hey, 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 yeah.
It is a long-awaited sound check after 13 frustrating months where stages like this were silent. At City Winery, this stage is about to get loud again.
We have the next 90 days completely confirmed and on sale. Almost every single show is sold out.
Shlomo Lipitz books the acts here and says his spring concert schedule will be non-stop with acts like Patti Smith, Rufus Wainwright, and Rhett Miller. This is a brand new concert space that had been scheduled to open March 24th, 2020, days before live music effectively died last year.
We were 10 days away from opening up this new flagship location in New York.
Call it a seriously delayed opening, but the curtain is now about to rise and the applause will no longer be virtual.
There was a lot of Zoom theater.
With vaccinations climbing, New York will now allow up to 100 audience members at indoor performances, 200 outdoors, and if venues require negative COVID tests, crowds can be slightly bigger. But the numbers still don't work for everyone. Some performance spaces need higher capacity limits to turn a profit. At City Winery, they say they are diving in headfirst with a full schedule, not because the profit will be substantial, but because they want to remind everyone what we have all missed so much.
And the way we've been pitching it to artists is this is an investment in New York.
The folks here at City Winery are ultra aware that in order to parlay these small capacity shows, hopefully into the bigger capacity ones and the full capacity ones in the future, they have to make all of the patrons feel safe. That is why, as of May, when the vaccine becomes more available, they are going to require all ticket holders be vaccinated and all employees be vaccinated or show proof of a negative test. Reporting live in Chelsea, Chris Glorioso, News 4 New York.
A step, nevertheless. Chris, thank you. Also in New York, college sports fans now allowed back in the stands. Venues open at 10% capacity indoors, 20% outdoors. All fans have to be vaccinated or have a recent negative COVID test. Getting a boost as well. The outdoor gathering limit bumped up from 150 to 200 people. Large indoor venues can open at 20% capacity. Outdoor venues can host 30%. And in Connecticut, outdoor amusement parks can reopen again today. Event venues can also open with increased capacity, and summer camps and festivals can start planning for the summer. In the race to vaccinate in New York, Governor Cuomo announced today 18 more community-based vaccination sites will be popping up over the next week. That includes houses of worship, community centers, and local businesses. The additional sites will have the capacity to vaccinate 8,500 people over the course of the week. They'll then be reestablished in 3 weeks to administer second doses. New Jersey's new mega vaccination site is accepting walk-ins through the weekend. The FEMA-run site opened this week at NJIT in Newark. It's the biggest vaccine site in New Jersey, and it has the capacity to give out 6,000 doses a day. But the walk-in offer only for people who are eligible for the vaccine. This weekend, the tri-state could hit 11 million people with at least one shot of the vaccine, and that breaks down to nearly a third of New Yorkers, 34% of people in New Jersey, 36% in Connecticut.